Sam, break us off some audience polls, sir.
Go.
Will do. Well, Brad, you were talking about your work on the island and making some projects there, but we do have a poll about Hollywood coming there and how they reflect Hawaiian culture. So, which movie best reflects aspects of Hawaiian culture? Number one, pretty unsurprising, kind of the most popular one, with a live action remake this year, Lilo and Stitch, 72%.
Well, we got to see what we're comparing it to now, right? That's what's important
Yeah,
as well.
That's,
Let's go.
I guess
What else
so,
we got?
Nick. I guess
Yep.
so, Nick.
Which, by the way, I did research for this. Okay, these were the most
What?
popular answers for
You did.
Hawaiian culture. I promise. I did my due
Okay.
diligence on this one. All right.
Promises
Number
made,
two.
promises kept.
Yeah.
50 First Dates, 24%.
Oh, sure.
Number three, Soul Surfer, 3%. And then, surprisingly, and this was the one that had the highest Google return, websites all agreed, The Descendants, 0%, despite being what is widely regarded as one of the more accurate depictions. So what do we
Okay,
think?
I'm
I
going
don't
to leave
know.
this. I'm
I
going to leave
don't
this to
know.
Nick and Brad because you guys are the closest thing to Hawaiians here. What do we think?
You
And-
let the
and-
Popolos answer.
And Sam, you're saying of the list of those, which one is the most authentic?
And he gave it
Yes.
to you in that order. So it
Wait.
was Lilo,
Lilo
and
and
Stitch
Stitch.
Right.
won by a
I don't
huge
understand.
margin.
How can a cartoon win, Nick?
Well, I'll tell you. It's because of the language used by the characters. That's it is. Because the thing is, Descendants, I think it was there, right? It was in Hawaii. It was about some things that happened in Hawaii, but who were the above the line characters, right? What did they sound like? What were they doing? And everything about Lilo and Stitch was supposed to show you Hawaiian culture. You're supposed to show you Hawaiians with their thick legs, right? You're showing you muumuus and you're showing
I
you,
miss
you
it.
know, like
Thick legs.
no, that's look at the movie and you see
know,
how they
I know. It's
depict the
just funny.
characters versus what you see in other Disney movies. Everybody's thin, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
like a Barbie character.
I'm just
Whereas when
saying
you
they don't
watch
have
Lilo and
monopoly on
Stitch,
thick thighs. man.
yeah, but when you watch that, it's like, oh, okay, you got some different characters going on. You got different
Yeah, yeah,
language happening.
Yeah.
So of those, I would probably agree that was the most authentic
you
of
agree?
the ones that he chose.
Okay.
But like,
Brad, what do you
Soul
say?
Surfer?
Yeah. Respectfully, I'm going to add two names of things that should be there
Yeah, see, that's what I knew he was going to do.
because none of those, I mean, local people, you guys, I would love you guys to check out an indie
write this
production
down.
that did very well that went to the mainland that you wouldn't have heard of called Wind in the Reckoning. That
Wind in the Reckoning.
that
writing that down.
is authentic and it speaks of the true yet ugly situations that happen to Hawaii having to do with colonization.
Yeah.
That's respected out here. 50 First Dates.
Great title too.
Oh my God. I mean, somebody
Rob
mentioned
Schneider.
blackface.
Rob Schneider.
When you take a white guy and you try to make him local,
Yeah.
no,
No.
that didn't hit out here. That's
No.
literally
And I like
it's
Rob,
like
but
taking
yeah,
your
that wasn't
white
it.
best friend to a black house party, and then he runs around trying to talk jive. You know,
That's what Rob Schneider did in the
That's
entire
what he
thing.
did. He did.
It-
yeah.
that was,
Yeah.
but the thing is that it might not hit in Hawaii, but it hits other places because you know what he's doing. You know he's not authentically Hawaiian. You know he's not even trying to be authentic. It's like Pink Panther.
sure.
That's one of my favorite when Steve Martin is like, hamburger. Hamburger. You're like, you can't, but it's a joke, right? It's a caricature of it.
That's heavy satire, though.
Exactly. That's my point.
And one of the points that I want to make, I mean, these are, for the most part, films and storylines that are created in the mainland about Hawaii. one of the things that made Roots what it was because that was written by somebody from the culture about what happened to us. So I'm all for people from the mainland watching Lilo and Stitch, but please, dive into the culture, read something else about what happened to Hawaiian people. So yeah, I'm not picking any of those. I mean,
yeah, but that's look, man, look. I hear you. You talk about read what happened to people and watch stuff that happened to people. That stuff is depressing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have that list of movies that he just mentioned, is because those are the most positive things that people think about when they think about Hawaii. Because I think about, I mean, how do you feel about The Rock being the king in this upcoming movie? How do you feel about him taking on the role? I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like,
and the Rock, I have nothing negative to say about the Rock. What I would love to do is for you guys to have Kavika on and let him talk. Okay. Kavika, in my opinion, is sort of like the Hawaiian version of Spike Lee.
Okay.
That's big, man. That's huge. That's not a small thing to say.
A great conversation about that yet, and still, I mean, but again, I mean, one of the things sort of about Moku Moku that we took to heart was that it is a story that is written from someone's experience of having been in the mainland and then also coming here. And am I Hawaiian enough? I mean, not a lot of people over in the mainland really understand or really know that, Alelo was against the law for them to speak their own language here for a while. That's the same thing that happened to black and brown people over in the mainland. But, that's not going to end up in Lilo and Stitch. That's not going to end up in 51st States. And, again, back to sort of like what I said, before. It unfortunately becomes sort of like this undercurrent of the stereotype of what exists. And then when you hire a white actor and you're going to make him local, who cares how well it did over on the mainland? Here, the people just didn't bite on that. That's
I'd see that 100%. And I think that's how we felt about, Blackish. It's like that must have been written in Poland.
Yeah. Well, I
a lot of pierogies in that.
I do love Anthony Anderson. I love the cast. I love everybody in it.
Of course, they're all great.
No shade or hate there. It just wasn't for me.